Hey, what's up, Dean Sear Performance? We are back. Jonathan's truck all together except for the intake tube, AC wire. I just got done vacuuming it all down. I'm gonna let it sit overnight. We have a hurricane coming, pretty big one. So I'm gonna head out of here. Bring everything to the house. I got my generator, battery, all kinds of stuff I got to bring to the house just to make sure in case we lose power or whatever. But everything is back. Battery is hooked up. I've been running the truck. It does run. It fired right up. And initially it had like 70 pounds of oil pressure. So that's good. Try to shut the light off. There we go. So we've got right around 69 or 60, 59, 60 pounds of oil pressure, staying at 209. It'll go down to 207. Fuel gauge is still working. Fuel pressure, battery voltage, air fuel, tack. So there it goes. Now it went down to 207 and 206. So it's going down. Fans are running. Just a bunch of little things left. I'm pretty sure the clutch has some air in it still because the pedal's basically non-existent, the top half, and then it grabs and pushes. So I imagine that's a bunch of air left in it, which is fine. I could bleed that. I do have a little bit of leak on the booster. This is not the right one. The barbs are a little bit small, but I put it in there to try and kind of seal it. Coil packs all hooked up. I have to look at this side, these two here, because the way I see on the Holley sheet over there, these two are flipped right now, but this is how it fires. With them in the other way, it doesn't like it. So I got to just go over that, make sure I didn't miss it by accident. Temporarily, I have the steam port tied in with a T, which will be permanent. And then I have a 90-degree fitting coming for the top of the radiator. It's a barbed fitting. No, not a barbed. MPT fitting coming for the top of the radiator. So I'll pull this one out, put the other one in, screw this hose on, and it'll give it kind of a better loop. That top steam port was dripping a little bit, but that's because that 90 is a little weird. So I just had to crank it down a little bit tighter. I'll probably end up loosening it, pulling the line back over this way because now it's bunched up a bunch of slack over there. So I'll pull it back, tighten it up. But I'm headed out of here for right now. Truck runs, sounds great. I am fingers crossed praying there's no issues. I don't think we'll have any issues, but fingers crossed. So I've heat cycled it now a full two times. I started it basically this morning. I let it cool down. It was about 1:15. And then I started it again, brought it up. It goes about 210, 212 initially, trying to bleed the radiator and everything, which is fine. So I shut it all down and I just fired it up again. So tomorrow when I come in, if I come in tomorrow, which I believe I will, I'm going to put it on the lift. I got some of that DEI sleeve with the Velcro, so I could put that on the clutch lines and try and tie them up across the top of the bell housing a little bit to keep them away from the header, because that might be contributing a little bit to like boiling the fluid, I think. But I'll get that taken care of. And then I have the single connectors. I bought some single connectors to do the AC because that never had a connector. It was just direct butt together butt connector, and I never got the single connector being everything that happened. So I just got to pull this wire up, connect this wire down to the gray one underneath. All the wiring is done. I'll put the intake tube back on it. And then play with bleeding out the clutch more. And fingers crossed I get that to bleed out, because if I come across the issue that it just can't bleed the clutch out enough, right now I can wedge it into gear, but it won't go into reverse. So I believe there's more air in it, because I actually adjusted the throwout bearing farther out to make that air gap, the recommended air gap. And prior to that, when I had adjusted it, it was in a little bit, and I was able to put it in gear, put it in reverse and all that. So it leads me to believe there's some air in the line. But we'll get that taken care of. For now, I'm out of here. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. And please be safe out there. Hope you make it through the storm. Have a good one.